Hey, this is Emmanuel from WP Companion, and today we're going to talk a little bit about a web solution that gives a brand a great online presence. And to do that, we're going to take a look at this Genie website. So we can identify some of the things that any brand would need to give themselves a really pristine online presence. So with that said, let's dive into some of the features and functions of this website that make it really good and informative for a user to learn more about Genie and interact with this brand. So we're going to take a look at what we call above the fold content on this site, and that simply means whatever the visitor sees as soon as they land on your page. So we have a couple elements here that are sort of standard according to what you want to accomplish with your website. It could include more or less, and it's really up to the brand on what they want to achieve. But first, you're going to give the visitor a really good idea of what your brand is about, and we use the logo here as well as the slider to do that. So if I click this, we only have one slide at the moment, but this is actually a rotating banner. And if your brand is really active with things like online promotions, seasonal promotions, Christmas, Carnival, Easter, those sort of things, you want to have a slider here where you can use different forms of media to engage the visitor. So it's not just sort of like this dead website that when you I say dead, but what I really mean is a static website. So when you come, you see the same thing over and over. You want to give it at least a fresh update based on the season or based on whatever the brand has going on, and you can really use a slider to get that done efficiently, right? You have a nice clean menu here at the top that what you really wanted to do is answer all the questions a visitor might have as soon as they land on your site in as few clicks as possible, right? This is what this top area is for. And you want to give them easy ways to access everything that they would want to access. So those are the things that you think a user would be interested in about your brand, right? So obviously, products would be number one on that list. You have your about us or about the brand. If your brand, like for example, this Genie brand offers service, so should the item break down, the brand is willing to service the item for the customer. Of course, if the brand has activations or anything of the sort, any sort of news, new products, events, all that, you want to give them updates here, an easy way to contact you, and we've included an easy way to search for anything. Let's say the visitor knows what products the brand has, they could search for the product and go there directly, right? It's just another way to get to the same place as this product menu here. So let's scroll down a bit. Generally, the home page is going to be like a summary of the rest of the website. So you're going to see a summary of the brand here. We could do things like include video if you have that sort of content. And as I go through, you're going to see some of the things that you would need. Like if you're a brand and you're thinking about getting online, these are some of the things that you're going to need, because generally when we build a website, building the website doesn't take a lot of time. What takes a lot of time is ensuring that the client or the customer has the proper content for the website. So if you want to speed that process up, you want to make sure that you have your content ready when you come to us, or maybe you go to another agency for a website, right? So really important that you have a nice write-up for your about us, and you want to have all your product information ready on hand, right? So let's look at this component right here. It is a category carousel, and you would see that each one has a nice image of the product itself, or an image of a product in that category. You would also notice that the products themselves don't have a background. So it's really, really good if you want to speed things along. If you can get transparent background images for your products, that would really help, because it allows the web agency to sort of, they're a little bit more free to do what they want to do, right? So if this had a white background, you would see that the design would change, and you would have like this white square on these cards. That's just something to note. Agencies generally have graphic artists that they can rely on to do things like that, like remove the background. So even if your images have white backgrounds, that's fine. The important thing is to actually have the images themselves to help with the speed of development of your solution. So we can do things like this. It will allow you to click and go straight to the category of products. And we sort of end with a call to action. So this is what helps the site to be active instead of passive, right? So on every single page, you want to have a call to action that triggers the user to perform some sort of action, do something. So when you're going online, you want to figure out what is that, I guess, what is the thing you want the user to do when they interact with your website? How do you want them to interact with your brand? In this case, Genie wants their visitors to contact them so that maybe they could begin the conversation of pricing, or how that customer could get Genie into their store or into their business of whatever sort. And then you just end with a nice clean footer. Again, it sort of gives you another summarization of the main links about the brand, and then the phone numbers so that you could easily connect with Genie. All right, so let's take a look at some of the other pages, and just for you to get a feel of what you need for a site like this, right? So again, this is the full About Us write-up. I tend to recommend something along the lines of about 1 or 2 paragraphs for a decent About Us. All right, things like the background video and so on, those are things that can be figured out as the design progresses. So this is not something that you need beforehand. You just really need to let the agency know everything about your brand. So we also opened one of the product links before. So again, you would notice that we have images, we have the name, we have the category of products, and let's just click one of the products so that you can get an idea of what you need for a good product page. So if the goal of your site is to really inform customers about your product itself, you want to try to give them as much information as possible. So if you have multiple images, multiple angles of your item, maybe open, close, even if you have video of it, some sort of promotional video, that can be added inside here as well. And then you have your written content here. This helps with your SEO and so on. So if people are searching for twin tub washers, you have a nice title here that includes the word twin tub, etc. And then you give them all the information that they would need. So, we have things like case quantity, model number, color, warranty, and so on. These are things you want to, as much as possible, try to prepare beforehand, so that when we build your site, or an agency builds your site, the process is smooth and fast. All right. Let me just talk a little bit about the overall product page, and you would see that. So this product page here is actually the only thing that is missing from this is a shop now button, or a buy now button, for lack of a better word, right? So a brand can even sell their products online if they want to, very simply, by turning that functionality on. In this case, the goal is not really to sell these items online, but it's the same underlying technology that is used to list the products. It's also that is also used to sell the products, right? So that feature is just some configurations away, as well as maybe a payment gateway module or something of the sort, and that is something that we do as well, right? So you have your product list here, and customers can come and see everything that the brand offers. All right, this brand also offers service. I mean, it's a just go through this page and see some of the features here. They wanted to highlight things that, like, they offer parts for some of the items that they carry, so they wanted to highlight that. And then again, we always end with a call to action, right? So on the service page, the main thing you want a visitor to do here is contact you. So you give them all the contact information that they need, as well as a form if they'd like to use that. All right. We'll take a quick look at the news and events. So you can use the blog functionality of our website to highlight news and events. You can get smart, categorize them in different ways. So this here is we're actually using the blog to highlight news and events for the brand. So anything that the brand is up to, any activations, any images or galleries or things of that nature, should generally be listed on the website, so customers can get an idea of what the brand is up to, right? And we definitely have the ability to do that using various methods, but in this case we use the blog functionality of the website to get that done. So as this brand continues to do stuff, you're going to see this list filling out with a bunch of things, a bunch of cards or event articles here. And then, well, obviously you want to give your visitors a way to contact you, and this brand has, I mean, they have various options for contacting. So they have local contact information and regional contact information, so the visitor has access to all that information. All right, and then, well, you can always, some users just know what they want, right? And they would come to your website and just search. So you want to give them a great search functionality that allows them to access any of the items that they're searching for on your website. All right. Now, I want to talk a little bit about what we can do to extend this functionality before we end the video. So one of the things I kind of touched on already, and that was to turn on online sales. So like I said, it's really, this website is really a couple configurations away, or a couple modules, I should say, away from actually selling their products online, right? So what you would need in this case is to have a conversation with your bank. Tell them that you want to do online sales. They will give you the necessary account and connect you with a payment gateway of some sort. And then you would need a payment gateway plugin to connect your website to your bank account, right? If that is something that you're interested in, we can always have a further conversation, as we at WP Companion have connections to both First Atlantic Commerce, which connects to all the banks in the Caribbean region, and we also have a connection directly to Scotiabank. So any bank that you use, we can connect it and sell your products online. And the second thing we want to talk about is promotion. So having worked in the distribution industry for a little while, we've noticed that brands always do promotions, right? Online and offline promotions. And what you can do is, I mean, I've personally noticed a lot of brands just doing like a landing page website when they have a promotion around Christmas time. And it's really expensive to just be used for maybe 2 to 3 months, in my opinion. So what we've done is we've built a solution that gives customers access to promotions any time of the year, any amount, and it's on their brand website, right? So they don't have to go and rebuild a website every single time they have a promotion. So this brand hasn't activated any of them as yet, but I just want to show you how it would look by taking a look at one on FT Farfund's website. So you can do something like this, right? You can build out a promotion page on your website. Let's say whatever your domain is /promo, and that would list out all the promotions you have going on at this particular point in time. So you could always you have your radio ad that says visit abc.com/promo and take a look at all the promotions we have going on, and the visitor will now be able to click the promotion, and it sort of gives you a landing page for your promotion itself, right? So you don't have to build out a new website or a new landing page every single time you have a promotion. Now it's just a matter of going to the back end and adding a promotion yourself. So you would see for a promotion like this, you need some sort of artwork, you need some instructions basically, or a headline for the promotion, how to enter, things of that nature, and then you allow your customers or your visitors to fill in whatever information you want to capture, right? So generally it's name, email, phone, upload a picture of your receipt, and this form here is fully customizable. So you have the ability to collect whatever information you want and include it here, and the visitor or the customer would just be able to click enter this promotion and they would enter. And the platform we use as powering this allows you to do things like randomly select a winner. You don't have to manually do that. You just click a button and it selects a winner. Another cool thing it does is that it allows you to export your entries into a CSV file, which can then be imported into, let's say, a marketing automation platform like MailChimp or Marketo or whatever your company uses to send out email blasts to customers and so on. You have that CSV file of all your entrants to build that database of customers. And yeah, I think with that said, that pretty much wraps up the major features that we've noticed are important for a brand to get themselves online. The design of the site is sort of figured out along the way as we work with the company. But definitely you want to get your content ready, and you want to have a good idea of maybe some other websites that you like that we could kind of model off and personalize to your brand to give you a really great online presence. And with that said, I want to thank you for taking the time to go through this brand solution with me. If you're interested in speaking further, you can always reach us via our website. That website is wpcompanion.co. We have our contact information there, phone number, email, etc. And we can always continue the conversation.